Welcome back to the Today with Tally podcast. Welcome back to the Today with Tally podcast. Folks, we have a great show in store for you today. We sit down with the Houston, Texas-based DNA Outdoors, folks. That's right, J.D. Dudley. They have a hunting show, and they are currently filming season 2 now. But first.
Hello, friends, and welcome to another exciting episode of Today with Tally. The mission and goal of this podcast is to bring an engaging conversation that will add value to the lives of everyday people. We will inspire, encourage, educate, and tell the stories of America's finest men and women in an effort to motivate you to live your life to its fullest potential. Be sure to follow us on social media and search Today with Tally. Be sure to subscribe, follow, and share the program as well. Ladies and gentlemen, your host of the evening, Mr. Brian Tally.
Folks, here in Texas, we've got nuisance, predators, coyotes, and great big old hogs that destroy, farmers and ranchers' properties. And, we got a lot of hunting that takes place here in Texas. And they've even made a TV show. The guy behind that is J.D. Dudley. Now, he's based in Houston. He's got his company is called DNA Outdoors, and what they do, it's a predatory hunting show. They have one season completely done and out. You can find on YouTube if you just go and type in DNA Outdoors. But what they got going on right now is they're filming season 2 that will debut this September. And with that, we are honored to be joined by J.D. Dudley himself from DNA Outdoors. How are you, sir?
What's up, Brian? How are you?
Good, man. Just hanging in there. Another day, another dollar, man. Or
I hear you.
Maybe 75 cents with inflation.
Yeah. I think it's going to go down until we make a change, right?
Yeah, exactly. Man, I saw, you were all over my social media this last weekend up there in Dallas, man. What was going on up there?
Man, we had a good opportunity to go up there and visit with some of our sponsors at the NRA annual meeting. It's always good to be able to get out and visit with our sponsors in one place and kind of make some appearances. And our actual TV network was there, had a booth, and we got to visit and sign some autographs and visit with some kids. Good deal.
Now, DNA Outdoor, what does DNA even stand for?
Man, that's kind of funny. We love to hunt. We love to predator hunt, shoot things. So DNA Outdoor stands for Nap Affliction. Everything we shoot takes a dirt nap. So that's pretty well how we came up with it.
I bet those farmers and ranchers could appreciate what you do out there on their properties to get rid of all that nuisance.
Oh, they do. They do. It's something that's needed, right? Especially with coyotes nowadays, due to the lack of fur bear trapping in the states. There's no money in it. So that's the actual trapping industry went downhill. Because there's just no money in it. So they get overpopulated due to that fact. Yeah.
Now, DNA Outdoors, look, you've created this TV show. Now you have one season completely done, folks. And if you guys want to go check out this TV show, go to YouTube and type in DNA Outdoors, subscribe, and you can watch season 1. Now, season 2 is being filmed right now, and it'll begin to drop in September on the Pursuit channel. How did you start a TV show?
Well, so look, I grew up on the biggest hunting ranches in Texas, the YO Ranch outside of Kerrville, Texas. My mother for the ranch, my stepdad did too. And so, just hunting, living in that hill country town, it was just part of my life growing up. And I've got a couple friends that have hunting shows, and I've been on their show a few times. I said, I want my own. So I just kind of went to the predator hunting end of it because that's what I love. That's my passion. And I kind of want to help those farmers and ranchers thin the herd, right? It's causing all the problems. So that's the direction I went. And here we are today. So it's pretty good. Business is good.
So business is good. Describe, is there
you're never
some sort of compensation in this?
Well, so there's no money, right? We don't charge a service to do what we do. It's a passion for us, and we decided to put it on film and film what we do. Just like everything you see at the Discovery Channel, all these other places. We just kind of want to get out there and show the world what we do and how we help. Get rid of the nuisance population of coyotes, hogs, foxes, all the natural predator animals, and so. We don't charge for it.
So is this TV show based solely in Texas, or do you guys travel to other states to film?
No, we go all over. We've got actually several members of the show. We got Wes and Corey, two of what we call our brush mutt mafia. That's what we call coyotes, our brush mutts. And so those two guys up there, they're out of West Virginia. And then we've got couple of guys in Iowa that do stuff with us as well. So Brad Boyer with Pitch Black Thermal, he's up there in Iowa. He does a lot of coyotes. That's mainly what you have up in the northern states. Coyotes, the hogs are mainly south. So we do more of the hog removal and stuff here down south. So
that picture you sent me alongside that East Texas hog, that had to have been a good 500, 600, 700 pound hog.
No, he was pushing 300.
That thing was massive.
Yeah.
That's it? 300?
Yeah. He's around 300 pounds.
Thing looked way bigger than 300 pounds.
Yeah, they do. He was a big pig. We got my good friend.
You got that sucker craned up there.
Yeah. They're heavy. He was pretty big. So. They look a lot bigger. I mean, they're pretty big animals. So we call them the poor man's grizzly down here. Texas. He's big. We've shot some pretty big ones like that, and that's pretty good when you can get one close to 300.
So how's he eating on them big suckers?
It's all in how you prep them, I guess. I don't care too much to eat the bigger boar hogs. With the testosterone and. They've got that wild gamey taste to them, so, but the smaller pigs are excellent. You just got to how you prep them. So, yeah, we try to give a lot of that away, that's, we try not to waste anything that we get, granted there's sometimes we get out there and there's locations where we're eradicating some of these pigs. We can't really get to them. Because the one thing we don't want to do is tear up the farm fields, right? They're already being tore up enough by the pigs. So, but we try to give them away. We reach out to different people. We're actually trying to start another thing called We Give Outdoors, and that's in the works. So that's something that we're going to be able to try to get some funds and build a facility to where when we do nuisance animals and get the meat, we can actually have it there and distribute it out. Yeah, that's coming in the near future as well.
Outstanding. So season 1, what can we prepare our followers and our listeners for when they go and search and watch your season 1? I mean, besides the hunt, is there something you guys do in the evenings? I mean, do you guys, have conversation? Is camaraderie around a fire pit? Are you guys playing the guitar? Like, what's after the hunt? Like,
yeah,
what can we expect?
So after the hunt, so we've got something that we started called Pickin the Hunt. And that's where Team DNA picks a special somebody, whether it be a veteran, someone with a terminal illness, you name it. And we pick that special somebody to take on a hunt with us. Jason Allen, Texas country artist, who's partners with me, Jason will pick a different country artist to go on that hunt and do a little guitar picking around the campfire after we're done. So together we're picking the hunt. And that's how we come up with a name for that. So it's some good time, it's a wow factor, because people want to see who's going to be going on the next hunt, next trip. And then they want to see what country artist is going to be coming on with Jason to do some guitar picking. But we also try to find something special out about that person that we're taking, whether it's somebody that idolized or something they like, and we try to make that come true. We just did a trip here recently with a young man, Kip Johnson, out of Livingston, Texas. Kip is a 5-year-old young man who just beat cancer, and he got to ring the bell. So some people reached out to us, told us about Kip. So we made some phone calls and got to learn a little bit more about him. And his parents said he idolized Rocker Steiner, which is one of the biggest names in rodeo right now. Rocker is one of the biggest bareback riders in pro rodeo. So Rocker's a young guy who's really making a name for himself. I knew his daddy, Sid Steiner, from back in the day of rodeoing. And so Kip idolized Rocker. And the parents told me that they bought Kip a little bitty punching bag, blow-up punching bag for Christmas. And he never even punched it. He laid it down on the ground and got on top of it and went to spurring it. And he ended up popping it because he was trying to tell everybody he was Rocker Steiner. So we decided, heck, man, let's take this little man on a hunt of a lifetime. And we made some phone calls, and Rocker Steiner actually came and did the hunt with him, surprised him. So that will be on season 2. That's part of what we do for Pickin the Hunt. You know, it's a great thing, and it's growing each and every day, and it's only getting bigger. We never expected that to happen. You know, how the Pickin the Hunt came up. I just happened to be bow fishing. I used to have a guide service bow fishing, and it was hot one day during the summer. We pulled off the river onto a bank and got out to get in the water to cool off. And there happened to be 2 older gentlemen standing there fishing. And of course, we struck up some conversation with them. And the one gentleman that I was talking to, Gerald Brown, he wound up having stage 4 cancer. And he told me, he says, look, he said, I'm just done. He said, I lost my wife a year ago from cancer. And now, you know, I've already done all the chemo I want to do. I don't want to do it no more. He said, I'm ready to be with my wife. He said, but what I want to do is I just want to spend the rest of my time fishing. That's what I love doing. So, man, my wheels got to turning right then, you know, and I said, you know, I have the boat. I have access to places. I said, can I take you on a fishing trip? And he kind of looked at me funny, you know, and he said, really? And I was like, yes, sir. And come to find out, he was an Army vet. And, you know, he had his hat on, and I just thanked him for his service. And I said, I'd love to take you on a fishing trip. He said, okay. Well, I got with a friend of his that was there, and 2 weeks later, I had it set up, and I called him on the phone, and I said, hey, you loaded up and ready to go? Get ready to go. You know, we're coming to pick you up. He said, well, what do you mean? I said, well, I told you I was taking you on a trip. And he said, man, I didn't think you were serious. I just thought you were some guy out there talking, you know. I said, no, bud, I already got your address. I'm coming to get you right now. So we went and picked him up and took him out to Port O'Connor, and we had a bunch of boats show up to kind of escort him out, and it was a good time. So that's how it all started. You know, after that trip, it was so rewarding. You know, I never decided to go down that road, but when stuff like that, the feeling you get from it, you just can't stop how you feel, and that's where we took off with it.
Outstanding, yeah, giving back. You know, like that Pickin the Hunt. That's some clever stuff right there. You know, because it's not just the hunt. A lot of guys are going to love, you know, dialing in on a hog or a coyote or whatever predator animal it may be. But a lot of the living and the memories is going to be around that. Is going to be when you're huddled around that campfire at the end of the night, when you're sharing a camaraderie, you're telling those old stories, campfire stories, country music, maybe popping back a couple of pops, eating a good meal. And you learn so much about each other when you're huddled around a campfire. It's some of the Chris Ledoux, like I'm a big, you know, I love Chris Ledoux, Ned Ledoux, and I'm sure you do as well. You know, if you're, you know, bareback or saddle bronc rodeo cowboys, like you were talking about Rocker Steiner there, you know, it's like, you know, these are, you know, cowboys that, you know, have some great influence, and, you know, and like I said, there's nothing like the old West and good old cowboy songs and,
absolutely,
cowboy music. So
I know Ned and Clay very well. And so back in the day when Chris would come around to our neck of the woods, I wound up meeting Clay and become good friends with him, and Ned as well. So they, you know, after the show, we'd all go hang out, you know. So yeah,
Ned's the man. He sounds just like Papa.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he? And that's amazing. I mean, hey, that's awesome. I mean, because now we still got him here, right? So when you listen to Ned, it's just like you're still listening to Chris.
Oh yeah. It's absolutely incredible. And I'll still listen to some of that old, gold, what's it, Gold Buckle Dreams or whatever, like 70s and 80s, Chris Ledoux. Like it's, I'm like, man, I am kind of great.
Yeah, I was just listening to that song earlier, the Go Riding Young Cowboy, that was like back in 1986 or 76, somewhere like that. I think that song has held that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good music right there. Him and Red.
Yeah, so many great songs. And of course, I dipped Copenhagen well over 20 years. So, I know what it's like to fly high on caffeine in Copenhagen.
That's absolutely.
Yeah. So, what's next for DNA Outdoors? You're out filming right now. How often do you guys film, and like, what type of work goes into creating a season? So right now you're filming for season 2. How many episodes are there going to be, and how many people are involved in this? Do you guys have like a large camera crew? Is it like a smaller type outfit, or is this something that's like a Hollywood set type thing that you're really getting out there like it's a real life, a reality TV show?
Yeah, I wish like that. I wish we had those kind of funds and be able to have the good camera people behind us. But no, we film it ourselves, and it probably shows. We're no experts, but it's what we love to do. We got a small group. We got 6 of us in Texas that we consider our Texas group. And then, like I said, we got Wes and Corey up there. They film themselves. Everybody gets the footage they have together. They send it to us. Poor Jason Allen, in between his shows, he stays booked up. He's our editor, so him and Greg Sittler, our other producer, they take it unto themselves to do all the editing and stuff. So there's a lot goes into us. We have 13 episodes, is what we have to come up with before September, and we all have full-time jobs, so it's tough. We have to go out on the weekends and try to get that content. So you can imagine working a full week and then getting off on a Friday and having to drive anywhere, outside of Texas. It's tough. We have to get up there or fly out and make those hunts, get that footage, and get back and be ready back for Monday. So it's fun, but it's rough.
So how do you raise funds to be able to do this? Or is this something that you pay out of pocket for? You were mentioning, like you saw some of your sponsors in Dallas this past week. And do you have some guys that can kind of help with, the fees of, getting to the hunt and bringing folks out and paying for food and lodging and fuel and all that?
Yeah. So we do have sponsors. That's how we pay for our airtime. We have to actually pay for our airtime. And the way that works, we get so many commercials that we get to sell, like our billboard pop-ups on the show, things like that. We sell those. So we got to get the sponsors in order to cover that. And as far as the Pickin the Hunt stuff goes, we're in the process of making that 501. And so that will be in place here pretty soon. And so we've been paying out of our pockets for the past first season. For all those Pickin the Hunt trips, we all just kind of pitch in and make it happen. It's just what we love to do, but like I said earlier, things are getting bigger. We're getting, a lot of recognition and people wanting us to, take more people out. So we just kind of need that assistance in order to do it, and we'll get there.
So we know what the JD Dudley does Saturdays and Sundays. What does JD do Monday through Friday to raise all these funds for your weekends?
Yeah, so I work for Waukesha Pierce Industries. They are one of the biggest yellow iron companies, generators, heavy equipment. I'm a safety coordinator for them, so kind of help everybody work safe through the week so we can go hunt on the weekends.
So how many days since your last injury, those signs, it's been 1,738 days since our last injury. Hopefully it's not like one of those, it's been 5 days since our last injury.
have a pretty good year this year. We're on a good roll right now, so we strive to keep making that the path we're going.
I'm knocking on wood here.
Knock on wood for sure. You know, it's a great company, and we got a lot of good people working for us that are safety minded, and that helps, right? That makes my job easier. So, and Waukesha Pierce is just an amazing company to work for. So I'm glad to be a part of that. So.
Awesome, man. Well, you know, you're out doing some good things. I think we were connected through a mutual friend in Big Stick Bourbon. Is that correct?
Yeah, man. Mike came on board with us, owner of Big Stick Bourbon. And I mean, so I was hesitant at first, you know, I'm not a big drinker. My rodeo days, I was, you know, I did my fair share like everybody else, but you know, so I met Mike, and he wanted to be a sponsor of our show and help out. And so I was kind of hesitant, but man, I tried that bourbon, and I'm sure you've tried it. So that's some good stuff. So absolutely, we're going to support it, especially because it's veteran owned, right? Veteran owned, and I mean, it has Semper Fi on the bottle, and some of the proceeds go back from all the sales to veterans. So that's a big thing, right? And that's absolutely, I'm going to support that. You know,
that charred oak stick around a campfire, boy, I tell you,
we took it to NRA this past weekend, one of the bottles, and of course it didn't last very long, but it was so good. I thought about eating the stick on the way home.
Everybody had their coffee cup with them.
Yeah. So, but yeah, man, it's season 2's underway, and we hitting the field every night. We do a lot of thermal hunting, mainly is what we do, but you know, I think this season we might venture out and do a little bit more, you know, some bow hunts with some hogs and things like that. The one thing I didn't want to do is be another deer hunting show, right? I mean, you turn on a TV show and you see the same thing over and over. It's just another person sitting in a tree stand waiting for a deer, and you just see nothing but panning around, right? Just waiting for something to come through, and then you finally get something. You know, to me, that's just kind of boring. You know, I want something more action packed, and when we hog hunt, and especially thermal hunting, you know, I know you've looked through a thermal before. So when we go out on these farm fields and help these farmers out, you know, when they first start tilling up and getting their crops seeded, you know, these pigs come in there and tear everything up. So we might catch 40 or 50 pigs at a time in a field. And so what we do, we just ease up. Everybody lines up. We probably try to get about 20 yards of them in the field in the dead of night, and then we'll all line up, and then 3, 2, 1, and we just start laying them down. And, you know, we've got a good new sponsor on board this year, Bilson Arms. Have you seen the new Bilson Arms yet?
I haven't.
Oh, I'm telling you, it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. So on these new Bilson ARs, Billy has really, he's an engineer. So he changed it all up to where you no longer have a rear charging handle. Okay. So now it's on the front rail, just like a shotgun. So you cock it, and then it's semi-auto after that. And the game changer part of that is if you're ever on target, especially for us, if we're out in the field and we're hunting, you know, and you have a misfire, you don't have to get off target, rack it back, make noise, get back on target, and try to find where you're at. No longer. You just rack it back, and it's ready to go. So
wow,
it is a game changer. You've got to check one of these out. I'll have to get with you and let you take a look at them. They're great.
Yeah, send me the link on that. I want to check that out because that would definitely.
You'd come out and go with us. You just try. How's that?
I'm sorry.
I said you just need to come out and do some hunting with us. And try.
Yeah, absolutely. I got to come out and pick the hunt.
Oh, absolutely. We'll have a good time. That's for sure.
You know, and that's what I think I like most about this whole entire thing is, look, we all know the hunt's going to be awesome, but picking the hunt, I'm telling you, the magic always happens afterwards, man. That's where people get to know each other. And again, I'm a big camaraderie guy, you know, break out a cigar, drink, you know, whatever it may be. And that's when relationships start to get built, and you talk about the day and the adrenaline and all this other stuff. You know, look, there's a mental health crisis going on in our country right now. And, you know, folks love, like, adrenaline sports, and like this is, adrenaline therapy, out hunting big hogs and coyotes, and just out with the boys, and driving fast or whatever it may be out on them country roads, and then at night you're kind of chilling out and you're relaxing and you're talking about the hunt as you're listening to some fine country music.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Good home cooked meal out underneath the stars.
That's what
I mean, you can't. It doesn't get better than that.
No, and so look, and a perfect example this weekend at NRA. We were staying actually downtown because we were just a couple blocks from the K. Bailey Hutchinson Center there, and we decided to go out and eat in Dallas downtown, and then we roamed around for a little bit. And I tell you, it makes you miss the country and being back home once you're down there for 2 days. I don't understand it. It's a crazy atmosphere out there, So,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we miss the country, but yeah, to what you were saying, we the camaraderie and hanging out and being able to give back to others and make their dreams come true. Because for us, we're going to do it anyway, right? We're going to hunt and fish, but it's so much rewarding to be able to bring somebody else out and allow them to be a part of that. One of the ones that really, another one that sticks out, that we did last year, we had a young man, Evan, who's from Florida. His mother is a police officer there. And some people heard about what we were doing and reached out to us and told us about Evan. And he has cystic fibrosis. And so Evan is a rodeo. He tried to ride bulls for a while. Then he wanted to be a bullfighter. So he idolized all the bullfighters for the PBR and JB Mooney and all the big names, guys. And he had a dream to go on a helicopter hog hunt. So some people reached out to us, and a buddy of mine has a helicopter hog hunting service, and I reached out to him, and he said, absolutely, let's bring him down. So we did. We flew him and his mom down to come do a helicopter hog hunt, and I actually had JB Mooney come out and surprise him and do the trip with him. So it was pretty cool. So you can check that out on our YouTube as well. That was a good trip.
My man JD, oh yeah, we gonna be good friends.
Shorty Forum came too, because he loved Shorty. So they both come out and surprised him and did the hunt with us. So it was a great time, man. It really was. Yeah. So and look, it's guys like JB and Shorty and Rocker Steiner and all these people that take the time out, right, to come and do that. And make dreams like that come true. And that's what really means the most.
Yeah, it's good to give back to a community that, would appreciate it more than life itself, like Kip, you made that kid's life by bringing him out and surrounding him with his hero, and that's what it's really all about. Now, if somebody's watching this right now, you got a Kip out there watching this, or, another fella, whether, a first responder or a child going through some tough times medically, or an adult, or, your regular old walks of life, could be a veteran. What's the selection process look like to be considered to go out on a hunt?
So there's really not. I mean, we just send us some info on somebody that they want to nominate, and if all possible, we try to make it happen. We'd love to be able to do a lot more, and we probably could do a lot more, but the money wise is what's the hardest part, right? To be able to put these trips on. Of course, we have some great sponsors. We have people like Bork's Supermarket out of Louisiana. We have a Cajun that's on our show who does a lot of the cooking, Freddie Calvarette, and we call him our crazy Cajun. But so every event we do, Freddie comes out and he cooks. And Bork's Supermarket down there in Louisiana, Karchner's there in Louisiana, and Butcher's Corner in Nederland, Texas. All three of those companies send us all the food for every one of our events so far, and made this stuff happen. And then we've got our good friend, Brian Moak, which nicknamed Fathead. He's got Fathead Spices. So him and Freddie pretty much do all the cooking at our shows. So, you know, and it's like that. We couldn't do it without these people providing all these services and helping us. You know, we would do it. We would do it every weekend if we could. You know, it's just tough. So.
Well, you know, that speaks to your character that you got so many folks on board that are willing to come out and help you, you know, move this and advance this, you know, operation of yours. You know, I mean, because, you know, it's not easy doing this stuff by yourself and, you know, having to, you know, to pay for everything. And, you know, so, I mean, I understand that, you know, that's tough. So a lot of credit to you. And again, like I said, your character, for having a great team behind you, you know, to help push this great idea, you know, really forward. Now, how do people find you? How do people nominate? Do you have a website? Do you have social media?
So we have social media. We have Dirt Nap Affliction Facebook page, and then my page, JD Dudley. You know, they can find us on there as well. Can just reach out. Well, like I said, we haven't really reached out to try to get a lot of people to help us. So I mean, it's just people's been word of mouth right now. But like we were saying a while ago, it's growing so fast. We're gonna have to expand this and see what we can do to help more people and do what we can.
Do you have a donation site?
We do not. I know it's one of them things that, you know, like I said, we've just been, I have a great team. You know, it's not me. I have a good group of folks that we all pull together and just all pay out of our pockets, whatever it takes to make it happen. So we are building that. We are trying to get that 501 going to where we would be able to get people to help us. And the one thing that I always told our crew is, look, we want to be able to show everybody what we're doing. There's so many nonprofits out there that take so much money. And I mean, I'm just being brutally honest. Where do you see it go? Where is it? You know, what do you actually do with it? Yeah, people say they do things with it. But with us, we want to show them. We want to show what we're doing. We want to make that difference, make that change. Tunnels for Towers, that's an amazing, you know, nonprofit, man. They're doing just that. They're showing what they're doing with their donations, and that's the same thing that we want to do. But this is how we want to do it. We want to make dreams come true and take people out on hunts and let them enjoy it with us.
And you got skin in the game. You know, you've put a lot of your own money out there, and there's a lot of folks that wouldn't do that. You know, they'd only operate strictly off of donations. You know, so, you know, you and your guys and, you know, all your supporters, you know, you've all donated. You know, your supporters or your sponsors have all, you know, taken this kindly out of their own pockets to help improve the lives of others. And really, like I said earlier, I mean, this is what it's all about, you know. And you're growing at a fairly rapid clip here, and you know, this next season 2 will start in September, and who knows what season 3 may bring, but you never know. That could be when everything starts to really, you know, move. I mean, because like I said, I think this Pickin the Hunt, I think you got something there. I think that's truly remarkable.
You're exactly right. And so we actually just had this conversation. I think after season 2 here with DNA Outdoors, we'll keep our DNA productions, but I think that's exactly where we're going to go now, is straight Pickin the Hunt, because, you know, it's good to see a bunch of rednecks out there hunting, but I think we all agree we want to do more of the giving back, and so I think that's the direction for the season 3. It will be Pickin the Hunt.
Outstanding. Folks, you can find JD Dudley on Facebook, right? DNA.
So yeah, you got to be careful which one it is. Of course, I've been kicked off and been, hacked a few times, you know, and so I've learned some things. You know, I said here a while back that it, looked like Kamala Harris combed her hair with a pine cone and a bucket of crap, and Facebook flat deleted me for that comment. So yeah, That was no bueno. I learned not to say that.
Lord, I apologize. If I put this on there, don't take it down.
That one there, I didn't even get Facebook jail. They just flat deleted me. You know, I didn't collect $200 for pass and go or nothing. You know,
you went straight to prison.
I went straight to jail. I mean, just flat deleting my account basically. So
as soon as I knew what DNA stood for, I was like, dude, I like this guy. Dirt nap.
Yeah. Everything you takes a dirt nap. You know, so absolutely. But
outstanding. Look, man, I appreciate you coming on and talking a little bit about what you're doing out there, you know, with the hunt and, you know, shooting animals, you know, freaking, you know, nuisance animals.
Yeah.
Boars.
That's part of what we do, man. We want to give back to others. You know, I mean, we do this for fun. So why not make that a service that we can provide to these farmers and ranchers for no charge and help that crop population. Right. So, you know, if anybody's got any places out there, you got hog problems, reach out to us. We'll be glad to come out there. You know, we have an attorney who's on our show with us. So, you know, we have all the release forms and we'd be glad to help for sure.
Outstanding. Well, JD, thank you so much for joining us today, man.
Hey,
and, you know, hopefully we'll be meeting up here really soon. I live right down the street from you. I don't live far, so we can definitely connect. I can come on out. We can do some shooting, maybe even go out on a hunt. I want to experience picking the hunt. I could even do a live podcast out there. That'd be cool.
Hey, let's do it. Let's make it happen. We can do that.
Amen. Yeah, definitely. You're going to be hearing from me over the next couple of weeks. I know this next couple of weeks is going to be tough, but in about the late June, you're going to be hearing from me.
Well, I'll tell you what. Have them contact you. If anybody's got somebody they want to nominate, I'm going to let you pick the next one. How's that?
How about that? Folks, reach out to me right here, BrianTalley.com. You want to go on a hunt with JD? Go shoot you some hogs and some coyotes out on some ranching and farming land out here in Texas, or it could be anywhere else. I don't know. And maybe even be a part of his TV show. Reach out to me now, BrianTalley.com, and we're going to get somebody out there. Could be anybody. It could be a veteran, a first responder, a child.
Yep. Somebody deserve it.
Your neighbor. It could be
a teacher. It could
guy in your local church. Guys, this could be anybody. It could be anybody. So, JD, again, man, we appreciate you. We appreciate what you're doing in the community. You're making a difference, and keep doing what you're doing, man. You know, because you know stuff like what you're doing, it doesn't go unnoticed. I got a phone call because of the good work you're doing, and so I know a lot of the times, you know, people give so much and they don't ever get, that thank you, or is what I'm doing, does it even matter? Do people, well, it does.
We get out of it what we want, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we want that person. We don't need a thank you. I mean, we're blessed to be able to do just that. And the smiles that we get, like Kip breaking down, crying because he got to see his idol right here. You know, that's where, that's all we need. That's all we need.
Yep.
Absolutely.
That reinforces everything.
Absolutely. Yep. So reach out to Brian, let him know who y'all want to nominate. Hey, we'll make it happen. We're ready.
Listen, you have yourself a fine weekend, sir, and we will be in touch.
All right, buddy.
Folks, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the program. It has never been easier to listen to this podcast. We are on Facebook, Spotify, YouTube, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, TikTok. Yes, I'm on TikTok, but that's where my spicy stuff is. And I think you'd really like it. Go check out TikTok. Just search Today with Tally Podcast. We're also on X. Simply search Today with Tally. Also learn more about me and my personal story, and perhaps even get my new book right here at BrianTalley.com. That is BrianTalley.com. Folks, remember to stay inspired, stay encouraged, stay motivated, and always stay in the fight. Until next time for the Today with Tally podcast, this is Brian Talley. Good night. Semper Fi. God bless. This is the Today with Tally podcast.